So in this tiny van, I have a living space slash bedroom, a kitchen, a surfboard storage, a workstation, an electrical system, about 3 storage. What else? I have a garage right here, duh. Oh my god. Yeah, so I have all these things, and now let's go ahead and start with this garage right here. So this is where I keep most of my outdoor gears. I get to have this because of my surfboard storage, because this wall is my surfboard storage. So here I have like my climbing shoe, camping chair, hiking pole, workout stuff, yoga mat, stuff like that. This is a fan, which I haven't been using because it's winter, but I definitely use this in summer when it gets too hot inside. I have 2 things here. These 2 things are for emergency. This is in case my battery ever dies, my car battery, and I'm stranded like somewhere where I can't find other cars to do the jumper start cable thing. So this allows me to do it myself. So this is that as an emergency for trips. And then the other one is also for putting air into my tire. Again, if I'm out there stranded driving somewhere else and remote and I can't find a gas station and my tire is flat. I said my flat is tire. My tire is flat. I will use this thing. So these 2 things are always charged and ready to go in my van. And every time when I go on a trip, I check that they're charged. So these are my 2 emergency things that gives me comfort when I'm driving somewhere remote. I really love this side of the van. I just love it. It looks really, one, I see all the things that I love, like my, outdoor stuff that I use. And two, like just the whole setup, it's just very compact, tucked away, and really, really nice, and it doesn't interfere with the inside of the van. So I'm really happy. And I put these very thin memory foam on the back of this wall so that whenever I'm driving, when these things are moving, they're not making like this clank sound. Because if you're living in a van, rattles are everywhere. Like, no matter how much you secure your van, whenever you're driving, something is moving and making this annoying sound, like pew pew pew, or like boom boom boom. It's just always clunky. So that way I have this cushion and I can just avoid that annoying sound when I'm driving. So this side is open as well. So that's where my battery is, and it ventilates it because I kept this side open. And this also gives me a little bit of storage. I have like tools here, spare tire tools that I need to raise the car and stuff are in here. So this also gives me a little bit of storage if I need anything. All right, so last but not least is the front part, which contains my fridge. So as you can see, my board comes all the way here. So that's my board, and here is where I store all of my wetsuits. I have like about 3 wetsuits here. This thing is like honestly my favorite thing. This is a waterproof bag. So every time after I'm done surfing, I can take off my wetsuit and put it in here and go whatever place I'm gonna shower and rinse my wetsuit. And then afterwards, I can even like sometimes put my wetsuit on a hanger and then put it in here so that it can drip in here while being in my car. I usually leave my wetsuit outside to dry it, my side mirror sometimes. But if I'm in a place where I don't want to do that and I want to keep it inside, so I can do that as well. Yeah, so this keeps everything dry for me, and when I go to the gym, I put my wetsuits in there and my other dry clothes in another waterproof bag, and everything fits in here, and I go there, I shower, I rinse, and I come out and stay dry. So this is my absolute favorite thing that I got from RDI. That covers my garage. Next up, let's do living space slash bedroom. Built this wall so that I can have this 3D map I have right here. I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I needed a wall, and that's why I built this section. But now I actually enjoy this wall a lot more because it divides the front part of the car from the back side of the car. And sometimes when I leave the front seat and come around to get in the back, it almost feels like I'm going to a different room. I'm so happy that I ended up making this wall because not only I get to have a wall to put these 3D maps, but I also get a section that makes the whole thing feel like a lot more whole and more appealing inside. So yeah, this is my favorite wall and my only wall. This is my bed. It's 6 feet long and 2 feet wide. Before this bed, I didn't have any storage under the bed because my bed was very low and my clothes were everywhere all the time. Like that was the hardest thing for me. Like I couldn't keep this van tight and clean all the time because I just didn't have a storage for my clothes. So when I rebuilt it the second time, I was like, I need a storage. I don't want to see any clothes laying around. I want them tucked away where I don't see them every day. So I made sure that I raised my bed enough to get a storage under the bed. And as you can see, I have so much storage under the bed. So all my clothes just fit in one side of the storage, in this storage. I don't even need any other more. The rest are just for like, I have another comforter for my bed when it gets cold. So that holds one of the space in addition to other small things. And then I have this one for like camera gears and like a bunch of small things that I need around the van. So I really like my bed. It's just very comfortable. For my size, I feel like it's enough because like I'm 5'3" and I weigh like 112 pound. So 6 feet long by 2 feet wide is more than enough, especially for this size of the van. So yeah, this is my bed. Good night. My other favorite part of this build is also this tiny wall right here, or like my art wall. So initially when I made this, it looks like I made a frame right here, but I didn't intend to put these stickers right here. I just wanted to, have a finishing piece on this side and on this side. And then I saw these stickers and I was like, are they gonna fit in there? So first I bought this one and I put it here. and then it looked like as if I made a frame for it. So I went back and got a couple of more stickers. So these are all surf related stickers in some way where I vision myself doing these tricks. This cheetah right here is nose riding. This sea otter right here is getting tubed. And then right here I have a van with a surfboard, which I like to think that's me. And then I have the Santa Cruz Mountains, which I would like to explore. Santa Cruz definitely has a special place in my heart and in my van. Small things like this makes a van feel like a home, you know, just very personal, and I like that. So this is my art wall. It's always adventure, finding a place to sleep, and then just waking up in the morning, and then as soon as I wake up in the morning, sometimes it takes me a while to actually know where I'm parked, and that genuinely brings a smile on my face. This is another part that I am so happy with. Before this, again, I didn't have a workstation. It's always on the bed, like on my lap. So this time when I rebuilt my van, I told myself I need a workstation. Because I edit videos a lot for my channel. Usually I use libraries and Starbucks. But there are days where I don't feel like going to either of those places and I just want to be in my van. So I was like, okay, I need to get a desk. And I managed to build this desk out of my kitchen, which slides out to the inside. And I can sit right here and I can open the back door and have a nice view. Right now I'm in a parking lot, unfortunately, but when there's like a nice view, I can sit there and do my work all day in my van. My friend is saying hi. So I was so happy to have this desk. It's just like, it feels really comfortable to have like a back support with my pillows right here. And if I need more space, I have the countertop of the kitchen here to put stuff. Yeah, I love this part. Because usually when I'm working on the bed, I get really, really comfortable. I just like stretch my legs and then slowly lay on my back. And that never ends well. So it's really nice to have a place where I can sit, have a desk and work, and have that like let's focus and get shit done kind of vibe. And I love the fact that it just comes out of my kitchen and tucks away easily. I have this latch right here and that goes into the desk and it just holds it there so it doesn't come out. So that's my workstation. My other favorite thing I have in this van is my bookshelf. So because I have the Surfboard Storage here, it gives me this platform to put my books. This is what I'm currently reading. It's about fascia and like a bunch of exercise to work on our fascia. This is a bungee cord that holds everything in place. Before this, everything was just like falling off every time I'm driving. Like the books will be just like all over the place. So I came up with this idea to just keep everything in place, and this works really, really good. Nothing moves here. Yeah, and this is just a calendar. Mostly I use it to keep track of like how many days I'm surfing a month. I don't know why I'm keeping track. Honestly, I really don't know why. But yeah, I thought it was fun when I started it. Now I'm not so sure, but anyway, it's there. So we'll see how long I'm gonna keep this, but I'm just happy to be back surfing, and I'm gonna go out today as well, and I'm pretty excited about that. Again, this is another piece that makes the whole van feel like a home. You know, seeing my books and having this shelf just makes it feel a lot more homey and just like interiorly very appealing to me, so I like that part. So on this side, honestly, I don't really have much. This is my favorite thing. I'll try to find a video to show you at night when it lights up. When it rains, having this on on makes me feel so cozy. This is also one other thing that makes the whole van feel like home. Sometimes like when I'm in bed and I'm reading and I have this on, it just feels so nice. And sometimes I even trick my brain to tell it that it's very warm in here when I'm cold. It doesn't work that way, but it just gives me that sense of like warmth, and I like that. This is my 400 amp lithium battery. I only run my fridge, sometimes my laptop, and almost every day my phone. I don't use it for anything else. So I only charge it using AC power, like a normal household outlet AC power, and it takes about 10 hours for it to fully charge, and once it's charged it will last me for 2 weeks. And I don't even have a solar panel. The reason why I don't use a solar panel is because the number one thing I like about living in this specific van is the fact that it's so stealth. Nobody really knows that I'm living in there. Like, you cannot tell. Like, there's literally nothing. I don't even have like stickers on my van that screams van life. Like, literally nothing. And I like to keep it that way so that I can blend in, especially living in the city. I mean, outside the city, that's not a problem. But living in the city, I like to keep low-key, and having a solar panel would be announcing, like, you know, this is a camper van, and I don't want that. And also, my ceiling, like my roof is very low. Like, I'm sure people can steal it if they want to. And I don't even care about them stealing. I just care about that I want to keep it stealth. And to keep it ventilated, I left the other side of the storage open so that it can have airflow and ventilate my battery when it gets hot. This pretty much covers the living room, and I think next up is the kitchen. The number one thing I love about my kitchen is that it's a pull-out kitchen that lets me cook outside and not inside, because I really don't want to cook inside. And in the past, it discouraged me from cooking. I used to eat out a lot because I just didn't want to cook in there. So this time I was like, I really wanted a pull-out kitchen that pulls out to the outside, and so that I can cook outside. So this gives me that convenience, and this also makes it feel like once I'm done here and going in there, it feels like I'm leaving the kitchen room to go into the living room. So I love that separation as well. If I get a chance to redo everything again, this is the part that I would change, because this drawer, like you can see, it doesn't give me enough storage underneath the stove to put like my cooking stuff. And the reason is because everything is in the outside. I'm like, what if I'm inside and I need something from my kitchen? So I was like, okay, it would make sense to have one drawer in the inside where I will keep few stuffs that I might need when I'm inside at night. Because if I need something from the kitchen, it always requires me to go around, come here and access my kitchen. So I ended up giving up this space for the inside drawer, so which took a space from this drawer and make everything very like compact and very small. So if I had to redo it again, I would completely give the entire space for this drawer, build it a lot more higher, and have a lot more storage under the stove for my cooking gears. But so far it's been working really good. I really enjoy cooking now a lot more because it's just so easy just to pull out this drawer and start cooking or warm up food or anything. And I've been cooking a lot more than I used to, and I really want to stop eating out. It's not cheap comparing to cooking, and two, it's not even clean. Like, I don't know what oil that they're using to cook, and just not knowing what goes into the meal that I'm consuming is just I like to have a control of that. So this gives me that convenience again to be able to cook for myself, save money, and also know what I'm eating because I'm the one who's preparing the food. I'm cooking dinner outside today. I just finished surfing, so I'm freaking cold. I'm boiling water for tea. And then this delicious thing over here is gonna be in my belly soon. This is crazy. I never cooked outside at this time, but I don't know. I feel like I'm finally, like, after 3 years of living in my van, I'm just starting to get the van life thing. It's just insane. I love it though. In here I have my propane tank and cooking oil because I can't put this anywhere else. And then I have my fin, which I need every time when I need to take my board out of here. I need to put my fin, so this is always here because it has an easy access for me. This is for fire stuff in case I ever have that, which I doubt I will ever. And then in there I have a bunch of cleaning stuff for my car, for my kitchen, and anything that I need. So this all goes in. So you can see how deep this sink is. To be honest, I really don't need this much of a deep sink. Like, if I had to redo everything, I would definitely make this a lot more smaller than what it is. It's just too big for my need. I don't even use it that much. So, but looks pretty. Looks pretty. And sometimes I kind of use it like a storage too, to put like fruits or vegetables in there, like potatoes or something, like sweet potatoes. I just put them in there, so sometimes it serves as a storage. But yeah, because like I could have gotten a little bit more room here so that everything don't have to be like so compact in there. Underneath there I have 2 3-gallon jugs, one for wastewater, one for clean water. I've never had a running water in my van, so I was like, I really wanted it. This time when I was redoing my van, I was like, I want a running water in my van. I want a nice thing. So I went for it just to learn that I didn't really need it. I could just do those jugs. I have this other jug. I can just use this for water because I really don't use that much water. So yeah, this is my kitchen. It's a very small kitchen, but it's pretty. I am so happy how it looked and how it turned out to be. Everything just fitted perfectly in this spot. And yeah. One thing though, like you see, I just closed it and it doesn't close all the way in. It's because I have the stove's cable in the back of the kitchen. Because my propane is here and my stove is here. So the cord goes in the back and connects to the stove. Let me show you on the inside. This is the cord I'm talking about. This is where the stove is. And this goes to that side of the kitchen to connect to the propane. I have my foot pump right here as well. So every time when I pull this drawer, this gets caught in there. And I have to come inside and undo that for the drawer to completely go in. And that's it. I started surfing a little over 1.5 years ago. I think that was in May 2022. May 22, yeah, because this May it'll be 2 years. I was living in my van at that time, and this board was taking so much space, and it's always on my bed. And sometimes when I come in, the board is still wet and I don't have the patience to dry it outside, so it goes in and my floor is wet. It was just like, really, I love my board, but it was starting to get very, very frustrated and annoying. Oh, right here. This is my current love. Seriously, this board is so big. It's 9'1". I really have to figure out a way, like, to store it in my van, because I can't sleep like this every night. Don't get me wrong, I love this, but it's just during the day it's in the way. So I have to figure out a way, but I really don't know how to, and I'm just about to start building out my van again, so we'll see. So this is the project today. This board takes much of my space in my van, and I'm gonna try to put it right here by doing the frame I did earlier here. And a lot of people recommended, why don't you just put it on the roof? And yes, that's a good idea, and I see a lot of people doing it. But I surf pretty regularly, almost every day. If there are waves out there, I'm going out there. And I don't want to deal with like putting the board up and down every single day. It just feels like too much of a hustle, so I didn't want to deal with that. So I knew I wanted it to be inside my van. Initially, I was thinking to put it under the bed. But putting it under the bed means that, and I've seen one video on YouTube that this guy has like a 9'3" longboard and he put it under the bed. But his van is actually a little bit bigger than mine, so it's not even a minivan. So when I thought about putting it under the bed, that means I have to lose a headspace and like hunch whenever I'm going to bed. Like I have to like crawl like this on my bed, because much of the room will be under the bed for the surfboard, and I didn't want to lose that headspace and, you know, crunch all the time. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And then honestly, I don't even know how this idea came to me, but I was like, okay, what if I put it on the side? Because usually when I put my board in the minivan, always goes like this, and I'm like, okay, I need a slot. So finally I decided to build a slot right here, and the material that I used, let me show you. I don't know if you can see it, but this part is a plastic part. I think I have a better video when I was building it. So I put that plastic thing. That means even if it's wet, it's not gonna like wet the wood and stuff in here. And also when I slide it, it's not gonna chip or ding my board, because this is a plastic and it goes like plastic to plastic. So it's not really bad for the board as well. Like my whole rail is fine. I have no problem with that. So I did that, and I just could not believe that every time when I'm in my van, on my bed or doing something, I'm like, I can't believe my board is in my van and I don't even see it. Seriously, this is like if you have a minivan and you're a surfer and you have a longboard. My van is a Dodge Grand Caravan. It's a minivan. I would say this is the absolute best setup that anybody can come up with. I'm telling you. I dare you to go out there and find a better setup. And not to mention, I still have so much space in the back for my bed and for room to walk around, even have a workstation there where I can sit and do stuff. So I am absolutely happy with this build, and this is like literally the best part of my build. It's my favorite part. The reason why actually I did the third round build, like I said, is because of this, because now my life evolves around